The Virginia Department of Agriculture has helped to preserve almost 10,000 acres of farmland on 68 farms in Virginia since 2008. That's when the first state grant was issued to help local governments purchase the development rights on certain farms, allowing the owners to continue farming while locking in agriculture as its only future use.
The Office of Farmland Preservation was established back in 2001 to address a couple of things that the Census of Agriculture was showing. One of those was the aging population of farm families throughout the state of Virginia and the inability for young farmers to find or access farm operations and farmland. The other option too, the other reason that we were farmed was the dramatic loss of farmland and forest land throughout the state of Virginia over the years. And that PDR program is really in place to help local governments who have already demonstrated, perhaps through their comprehensive plan, their land use plans, that farming and agriculture is important to their history and to what the locality is, to allow them to preserve that land.
Wayne Kirby owns 2 Century Farms in Hanover County. A Century Farm is one that has been farmed continuously by the same family for more than 100 years. The farm on his mother's side dates back to 1903. The other farm on his father's side, where he grew up, dates back to 1877. The 2 farms are within 3 miles of each other, and in a county where more suburbs are being planted every year, he's pleased the PDR program exists.
Once it goes into asphalt and concrete, it's in asphalt and concrete. It hardly ever reverts back to farmland. And as someone who loves to farm, we have to have land to do that. We have to have land to produce the food and fiber that so many people that we commingle with, work with every day, don't understand the concept of what it takes to where that comes from. It just, it takes raw dirt to be able to produce the things that the clothes that we wear and the food that we eat.
Each year, PDR grants are distributed to local governments in a bidding process. 21 Virginia localities have PDR programs, and landowners apply to their local government for grant funds. These payments may be used by the landowner for a variety of purposes, such as forming a trust, paying future taxes on land, or to help buy additional or new land for farming operations. The sale of development rights for certain parcels of property are generally permanent.
A lot of folks think land conservation is something they'd like to do one day, but a purchase of development rights program actually provides funding to do it today. And that's something that can make it financially viable and feasible for working farm and landowners to consider conservation easements. And the funding that it provides is really a way to give them resources to put back into their farm, into their operation.
The PDR program was developed more than a decade ago with the support of the Virginia Farm Bureau and other ag groups. While this program is helping preserve land in high-growth areas, any landowner can enroll their property in a conservation easement to permanently set it aside for agriculture or forestry. You can learn more about land easements at the Virginia Department of Conservation and Recreation's website, dcr.virginia.gov.
I think the preservation program is turning the tide. I think that is a way of protecting it because forever's a long time. So I think people need to really put a lot of thought into consideration and understand what it is that they're doing, what they're doing. But I absolutely agree with the program and just think it's a good way to preserve some of this open space farmland. My vision for my son, because I'm working a lot harder than I really need to if it was just me, because I want to have something. We're building it for him so that he can continue in my absence. We need some farmland. We need Andy to keep preserving all that we can get preserved so that we have something to farm.
This year, the Purchase of Development Rights Program awarded Virginia localities almost $2 million in grants from the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. The investment is sure to pay big benefits to agriculture and to the environment for years to come. In Hanover County, Virginia, this is Dave Miller.